How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I am your host, Cosmic Ray. Tonight, I want to do a little something I like to call candle love, candle magic divination. And as you can see, I feel like I'm ready to be able to make some type of what I call contact. I would like to try to make contact with a particular, I'll call it entity. However, I like to be able to ask just to kind of confirm certain things. So I'm just going to kind of get into it right now. Is there any entities, any angels in love and light, any of my spirit guides, ancestral guides, even my angels, or like the interdimensional vibrational outline people that like to communicate with us tonight? Okay. I want to try something to be able to kind of exclude something. I was trying to make contact with, okay, so it's for sure then. Okay. I want to make contact with a specific entity, what I've dubbed as V. I would like to know if V is here. Okay. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, V, for letting your presence be known. Thank you. I feel in everything that's good inside that this is a good thing that's happening right now. So definitely want to say thank you for making your connection, making your presence known. Thank you. Okay. V, I have a question for you. Okay, so I know you out there are seeing candles are kind of going off, and there's this thing that I have this connection with. When I feel like everything is right, it's like there's this, I don't want to say predetermined thing. It's like they already kind of know, or in this case, this particular being already knows what I'm about to ask. Yes. The candles confirm my truths to you all. I'll explain that in a little bit, but I don't want to interrupt this connection that I currently have right now. So I'll wait for the candle to kind of go down a little bit. Okay, so just want to say out loud, V, thank you. I know you come in something more of a positive light, positive energy, a positive tone, if you will. And I like to say thank you. I would like to be able to go a little further in depth, more about you. And I know I like to kind of go into more things of like what's going on currently in our day-to-day aspect of what's going on with our environment now and with Mother Earth in itself. But sorry, like I noticed something different with the flame. There's something that I wouldn't be able to point out for you guys, you know, on regarding to how I'm recording. Yeah, I won't be able to point that out, but there's something that I'm seeing in the candle, or I'm sorry, in the light in itself. It's kind of different. I'm seeing more of like a pink flame up, which is not normal to me. I will say, V, I'm wanting to know if you're really Basaraya or not, and I'm not sure if I'm able to make this strong connection. Like I feel like you are. Okay. I feel like this angel presence, you know, to me right now, and it's hard to me to kind of explain to the collective, or like to call our cosmic surfers in a sense, the ones who are kind of going through this, you know, in a sense with me, those who've already gone through their spiritual awakening. And I want to know a little bit more about you in a sense. Are you able to, are guiding like the both positive and negative things of life? Like, are you, let's see this, are you just watching out on this even playing field of this existence? Okay. I feel like you're watching everything of the good and bad, and not just watching, okay, not watching just on the outskirts, but be able to kind of make sure there's like this even ground. Like I feel like there's this like very like not gray area. I don't know how to describe it. I wish I can say the right words here. Like I don't feel anything bad, and I don't feel anything negative, and I know you're coming from a positive outlook. I'm feeling that kind of energy versus like a dark entity, which not saying dark as in bad or like demon esque, but like more of like when I say dark, just darker energies, if you will. Um, I know I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but just want to just bring it out there. Um, are you something that's more of a um, like not from this particular dimension of life, like not this particular reality? I feel like you're coming from a different astral, like, man, like a, I would say cosmic, I guess, being something that's more of a, yeah, more of like a cosmic being, I guess. This is just really what I'm trying to get at. Something that's more the etherical, presence. I guess angel in itself would already, been more of an appropriate, aspect. I feel something that's obviously not of this earth, not of this existence. V, I know you know more about me than I know more of you in a sense, besides feeling your energies, but just to play to the, I guess, play to the existence of our ego cells of this realm that's we're tied to. And I like to utilize this candle love, candle magic divination in a sense of um, to try to show other people out there, in the collective that what I like to call my truths. And you can see my previous videos when I talk about that, so I may not go into too much in depth. Obviously, these are just candles in a sense, but I like to show that I've had this indoctrinated into my yes, dominant reality of believing is seeing versus seeing is believing. But however, I like to show others out there who need to have this physical sense of kind of seeing is believing to maybe help you, enlighten you, to maybe in your own journeys of life, to maybe help open up your hearts and minds to a different reality of spirituality, to be able to understand maybe, just maybe, if there's something that's clicking inside of you when I do these things, that maybe you might be able to understand that there is more to life than what's out there, what that's been told to you versus you experiencing this type of situation. Of course, you can just take the sense of just, yes, there's just candles. Maybe they just happen to flicker. But as if you're someone that knows anything about candles, if there's a bunch of wax liquid, build up, it would have, taken over the candle, flickering so much that it would just die down, versus flickering on a certain high point, or what I like to call confirming my truths with you, with more like myself, if you will. I like to channel, I like to call my higher self to help, to kind of show forth, information of divine and ancient wisdom, if you will. Also, like to do this in a sense, and to communicate with other entities, not saying that they're bad, even positive light energies. Some say even with your, like with past loved ones, or with communicating with, in a sense, angels, in a sense of other known interdimensional, entities, if you will, or just to be able to communicate, with just positive light energies. And there's nothing specific with these candles. There's anything that I'm doing. Obviously, there's no air, or at least you're taking my word for it. I don't have any air conditioning, obviously, or anything like that. Um, there's no open windows or anything like that, and I'm not blowing, onto the candles. There's no gusts of wind or anything, and I'm not like making like quick movements. As you can see, when I did that, there was nothing, flickering of the candles or anything of that nature. Um, V, I would like to know a little bit more, about you. You're able to, I'm asking you. So of course, this is, like when I see it as the whole will, free will of asking, for assistance. You're obviously, you can make, if you're able to utilize, energies, if you're able to communicate with me, even not just flickering the candles, but you also can make like, light movements or light shifts, as well. Um, thank you. You're able to, make noises if you can. If you're able to do that, of course, I'm not there listening to this. I don't have any high-tech audio equipment or anything like that to be able to show. However, you're able to, help flicker the candles, if you will, to be able to help, show us, that there are energies and things out there. And it's hard because when it comes to faith or believing or anything of that nature, some people feel, oh, like, this could be something dark or negative. But however, in a positive light, me being, what I like to, what I have felt through even past lives, and as something that's also been bestowed upon me being what they call like an urban shaman, like I'm able to understand these energies. Thank you. Understand this light, understanding this love. So I'm not afraid, I'm not invoking dark entities or dark energies into my life, and if it was, I know how to expel them, if you will. However, there's nothing that's, taken over me, not saying that they couldn't, but in the sense I feel very protective, of that and being protected, of my own guardian spirits. And also I'm more confident in myself. And that's something that above all anything that I feel confident about. And it's also something that I've been able to deal with like almost all of my life and my past existences. So it's something that I feel very confident about. Um, V, I would like to say thank you, of course, and love and light, and I appreciate your existence. I appreciate you just taking the time just to even, I feel blessed, truly blessed inside. And right now my heart's like fluttering, like feeling like a positive love right now. So I want to say thank you for that. I like to share that with everyone that's watching or tuning in, because so that they know that I don't feel anything dark. Obviously you don't want to hear me doing anything crazy or cutting myself or like doing some type of ritual sacrifice. So just kind of just throwing that out there to those of you who have not watched my videos in the past. For those of you who have cosmic surfers, love and light, as always, if you are trying to do this, yourselves, feel like, being your protective, feel like confidence, of nature, of life, knowing that, you're coming out of love and not something that's naive, in a sense, but more of, compassion out of love, and knowing that, your guardian spirits are there to protect you. So when you talk to your spirit guides, ancestral guides, even animal guides, even totem animal guides, or I call my spirit group or my collective spirit family, and you are being protected, as long as you know how that protection works. So right, you know how that protection definitely does work. So V, with things that are going on, I still like to know more about you, and I like to know more about, and I know for you, you probably feel that you don't, not say you obviously don't care about yourself, but like you don't really care because it's not about you, and that's what I feel like, this love like from you. But it's like I want to know because it feels like I have to know, like I want to know, right? But it's just, of course, that ego self is like, I want to know more, like I'm wondering. But I know for you, it's like more like you just have a message to deliver, and that's all that counts. And that's why I feel like so much love for you, as you feel love for me, that I can feel this inside. And I know for you, you're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? What are you loving this, loving that? That sounds like BS. Like, what are you, a hippie kind of thing? It's something that you feel inside. It's like when you give a hug to a loved person, at least what we used to do back in the day before all this, like C virus, if you will, like I call it. It's when you hug someone, you automatically feel this thing inside you. You feel your heart, the sensation of everything that goes on, even when it's like an old loved one, when every single thing they ever did, you kind of feel at that moment of life when you hug them, like, oh, you just feel it, right? It's kind of like that. You just feel this love automatically. And it's like, that's what I feel like with V right now. And I just feel this automatic, yes, I feel this just automatic love. Like there's nothing that's that's negative. There's nothing that's painful, you know, besides like feeling the pain, you know, but that's not like what I'm feeling now. You know, it's like this, not compromise, I don't know what the right word to say, like this equal, like sharing, this equal feeling that we're like experiencing back and forth, you know. So it's not like the, in the sense, or this, you know, energy that I'm feeling, it's not like they're trying to feed me negative thoughts or like do anything horrible. You know, it's just more of just kind of showing, you know, their presence, letting it be known. And it's like as if they would have a message for me versus me trying to find out more about them. And that's kind of like how this kind of works in a sense. It's like out of love, they wouldn't want to know more about them, right? They don't want to know. It's more like they want to deliver more message about us, what they can do to help us. That's the kind of love that I'm trying to tell you. It's like this whole, you know, like your parents' love or your friends' love or your mates' love. You know, it's like the highest love is this ultimate compassion, unconditional type love. They just want to just give you whatever they can. You know, it's not like they're like, oh, you have to find about me. Talk more about me. I want more about me. You know, like I want you to obey, worship me. It's not that. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like if you're susceptible to that kind of, you know, thought or feeling when you're trying to, you know, communicate, then that's not, you know, when they want to know more about them, it's different. You know, obviously you have to feel it out yourself. But for me, that's not what's going on, you know, here. This is more like they just want something to deliver. And of course, me, you know, diving into ego self because I'm trying to show you guys, you know, trying to show the collective more. So that's why I'm trying to get all this, you know, thing out, trying to find out more. And that's not what, you know, is going on here, in a sense. So I would like to say, you know, thank you, of course, as always. And, you know, I know you have more of a message for me in a sense, or at least me trying to figure this out while I'm talking to you. Um, Hold on, just bear with me, everyone. Just give me a second here. So, V, I know that I'm supposed to be talking more about other things that are going on currently. And I just felt like for some reason I just wanted to know a little bit more about you. And I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to know an age thing. I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to know how old, because it doesn't really matter. You know, I'm assuming that I'm not going to be able to find more of male dominant type of energy versus feminine, you know, type of energy, you know, versus like the masculine kind of thing. Um, I can kind of maybe speak on behalf of explaining what kind of energies I'm feeling. However, I know that does not matter. I know that there's nothing that matters regards to, you know, sex. You know, it's not about that. It's not about how old you are. It was just more like me trying to find out how old you are. You know, finding out more like the entity type, like how do you get here? How do you become this? How are you doing this? That can always be explained on another Cosmic Ray video, you know, because I've mentioned other things about, you know, that in the past. So I can always do more of a video if anyone wants to comment on that. You know, I'd be more than happy to go more in depth, you know, on those. However, right now in this situation, I feel like lately I've been kind of missing out on just communication, and that's being more part of like my highlight of just not just communicating with ourselves, but even with the cosmic surfers, even with when I do these type of Kendall magic divinations. And I know for those of you who are like wanting to find out more on the Kendall magic of like trying to put a hex on someone for love, you know, maybe, you know, might be able to do a video on that, but that's not what I'm trying, that's not what I'm about. I'm sure you guys already kind of know that. um, you know, it's more of just kind of, when I say candle love, it's more like getting love from the candle, you know, so hence candle love, you know, feels like magic, right? You know, it feels like magic because this, you know, type of thing that doesn't happen to everyone, you know, something like this doesn't usually happen on YouTube or on any other, you know, social media type of platform. So it's something for me to kind of help, you know, show others out there that there are another life, there is other things that are going on in this, you know, specific type of reality or in this type of, I don't want to say dimension because other people feel like, well, what the hell does that mean? But this other type of, you know, life. I would hope that others, you know, out there who, you know, who have been, you know, stuck at home, if you will, being able to help, trying to, express themselves, be able to speak their truths of life, be able to show compassion maybe to their family, to themselves, and to others as well. And hopefully they maybe, if those of you who've been stressed out on work, and maybe this is like the perfect time to take a mini vacation from your mind, or from the struggles of life and of just trying to do other things. Hopefully you're able to maybe take a break, and hopefully be able to concentrate a little bit more on yourself or your family or your loved ones, or just whatever it is that you have going on. It doesn't have to be straight up meditation like, oh, you don't have to do all that, but maybe something you haven't done in a long time that you needed to do for yourself or your loved ones, or however, what have you, friends or whatever, or community. And maybe this is a time to kind of help out with Mother Nature. Maybe it's the last times you ever thought of that you wanted to maybe pick up, on the earth of trash or anything. Maybe you felt like maybe this is the last times you can do that, or maybe to do other things of life. Hopefully that might be able to, the reason why I said all that is because maybe it'll help spark something inside you, maybe change something. Maybe those of you who have gone through this thing are starting to have a spiritual awakening yourself. And if you are going through one of those, let me know. Let me know how that's going for you. Is it helping you out? Is it not helping you out? So maybe I'm hoping to help uplift others' life condition, and hoping help open up your hearts and minds, if you will. And V, my angel, if you will. So I know, I'm assuming you're not going to respond to those questions of, more about yourself. And I feel like I wanted to. I feel like I wanted to get a little bit more. I'm sure I can go into letters of, does it start with an, does your next letter start with an A? Is it a B? Is it a C? Is it a D? Keep going from there. Obviously, I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to waste anyone else's time, if you will. No offense, but I'm sure that any message you have, the only other message that I'm kind of getting is more kind of like what I'm saying about of life. About take this time, to share with your loved ones, just about anything. Maybe help tell those around you, or if you're ever afraid to tell someone how much you feel, do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait at all. And people say life is too short, right? That's a catchphrase, right? But it is. At least for this existence, for your physical reality of life, yes, there is this existence, but however, on that existence, you may not be able to do other things. You may not be able to do the things that you were able to do, like you can do now, physically, in this particular, body. And you can do so much right now, and just be blessed that we have these right now, and to at least learn and see what we can do. And try to be your best self, whatever that means to you. And I don't need to give you a definition of what that means. That's not for me. That's for you. But I just feel like I need to send that message across. Just be your best selves. Take this time to find the beauty of, obviously this is a horrible thing that's happened to everyone. And for those of you who have been, specifically, affected and infected by this, regardless if it hurt your job or other people's job or your families or loved ones, physically, mentally, emotionally, just, on all types of levels. If you have loved ones who are in the ERs, or those of you who are being in these working conditions, being the part of the social group, I'm part of that as well. And, there's positivity of it, and there's also things that suck. You're not the ones who are getting that time off, if you will. But in that negative aspect, you got to find some positivity, some light, that you're able to help others, find that compassion, trying to learn more about why is this universe having this right now for everyone to experience. Is this, find that for you. Find that for you of what's going on in this life. Hopefully that it will change you for the better. Try to find the positivity in this. Try to find that light in the dark. Try to be that lotus flower that blossoms out of that mud, and should be able to help shine, for others, to see, and be able to help, uplift others' life condition, however and whatever that means for you. So I hope you all, can, go through this and find some positivity out of all this. I know it sucks. I know it's really hard to find that, but just try to. And whatever that means for you, I can't be the one to, grab your hand and pull you along this pathway. Just like how, the classic thing to say is, I can only show you the door. Obviously, you have to be the one to kind of walk through, in a sense. I can only give you maybe just a little insight, of things, of spirituality, but you have to be the one to kind of dive in yourself. And it's for your own, however you want to call it, journey, or just whatever it is, experience of life. It's up to you, not for me, but it's up to you. So I, obviously, if I was really want to try to be able to have some crazy magic, candle stuff, happening, and for others to see. And I know I don't get too much diving into so many other things that I could. It's just one of those things where I just like to just give those of you the understanding of that happening, and just want to say to the entity that's here with me right now, and I'm just dubbing right now as V, just for kind of just keep it just as is. V, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your insight and your wisdom for me, and I know that I didn't get to share so much, but just I'm kind of just sharing that information and passing from going through me to you guys out there watching. So all you cosmic surfers, thank you for your support, and that just watching this video. I'm not someone that's like to get too any kudos. You do you out there, and I just appreciate you just even watching this. And for those of you who are new to this channel, and I do find myself a little strange, unusual, or unusually strange, which is okay. And I do this candle love, candle magic, or at least with the lights off at times, because it doesn't matter what I look like. It's just more the message coming across that really matters. So just want to say thank you very much for tuning in, and you guys all be safe, and you guys are all truly blessed. Some of you may not know, may not understand what that really means. I've always hated when people told me that, and told me bless you and bless this and all this stuff. I'm like, screw you, what do you know? It's just when you truly find that within yourself, to know that you are, just please know that. And I feel like some of you may need to hear that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Be true, be true, be true to you, to you, to you.